2, 3.
I clapped. My hands were to my side. I clapped by scooting up.
I heard it. Those nuts just slapped.
Yeah.
Like the first episode.
It was just.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Foreskins of Truth. Foreskins. And today, we're doing a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. What's so different, Thomas?
You know what, Vince? Have you liked and subscribed?
To what?
To our YouTube.
We have a YouTube?
To our Instagram.
What's it
We
called?
have
To our
an Instagram?
Facebook. To our TikTok.
No, I only liked and subscribed to our MySpace.
Our OF.
So now you're saying I need
Nice.
to go to TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. What else?
Facebook.
Twitter/X. Okay.
I don't think we're on that.
How do you subscribe?
Yeah, we are.
I don't follow that one.
We're on all the main social platforms.
Can confirm.
And YouTube. So if you would like to like and subscribe and leave a comment for us.
I would
Thanks.
like you.
Today, like I said, we're doing it
My glasses
Little bit
are off. They're going to
different.
see me. Now they're going to know who I am.
Yeah.
So
how are they going to know which Sasquatch goes to you?
Yes.
So the round table that we had about bringing our own theory to the party.
Start it off first, Thomas.
All right, I'm gonna kick it off. This one's a short one.
Story of my life.
If I had $1.
Has anybody seen the movie from 1988?
Nope.
Groundhog's Day.
They Alive.
They alive?
They're alive.
What is it? They alive or they are alive?
Do you know?
They Alive.
I think
Oh boy. They live.
It has.
they live.
They live. I'm sorry. There was no A. They live.
You said they
live.
alive. It's
Was
they
that
live.
the word you're struggling to pronounce?
No, that's not it. They live. Has anybody seen that movie? It has a very famous wrestler in it.
Yeah, Roddy Piper.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Big Show.
John Cena, but you can't see him.
The Rock. Is it
You
the
can't see him?
pacifier?
No, I have not seen this.
You have not seen this. So my conspiracy.
I haven't seen They Alive, but They Live.
They live. You've seen They Live?
No.
Okay.
I've seen They Live.
No, you haven't.
You don't know that.
I know that for a fact.
Damn it.
Got
All right.
decent
So
rating.
this
What the hell?
movie, I'll give a summary of the movie real quick, is a guy finds a pair of glasses that he can see what the real world is. So what you see with your eyes is not what is really out there. So we were being ran by aliens, and you can see like things that flash on screens. It says like obey and buy and things like that, but in reality it's like a commercial of a soda pop or something, So that is loosely based on a theory about Daikin glasses.
The King glasses?
The King?
The King?
I would have said Dick yawning, but
Dick yawning glasses.
Dick yawning glasses.
Now-
I think I've heard of those.
So these Dick yawning glasses
Is this Ready Player One?
were developed in, I think it was actually 1930, and it was a chemical that was made for photographs to get a broader span of colors with the photographs. So a British physician, Walter J. Killner,
you did do research on that?
developed
goodness.
these glasses.
He has
and what
the
they
notes.
did
He
is-
hasn't read them yet.
So he had basically two pieces of glass.
Okay.
And in between the glass was this chemical, right? And what the theories behind this is that when you would put them on, it turned into like a deep blue or violet, like colors that you would be able to see out, or the glasses were that color. Sorry. And the couple of the weird theories that are is so what they said it would do is it would show the human aura, right?
You have
Kind of like your
pouring out
soul,
you right
kind
now.
of. You think?
I don't think aura has to do with your soul.
No, it's just a vibe. You
Yeah.
Well, I know that, but like in this instance, is it?
So
more
they're
like-
saying it would. So there's a couple theories. One is that they would just show the aura of a person. So I would look at Vince and he would be like vibrant colors, right?
What's that supposed to mean? I'm going to have
rainbow
rainbow colors coming off
No,
of me.
like you're just a happy personality typically.
I see that. Okay, so,
So
what
you'd
else
be-
does happy
Okay.
mean?
You'd be like bright blues and greens and
Do
things
the rest
like
of
that.
us.
yeah,
And then
What would Jeremiah and I be?
I
All
would say
black.
Jeremiah probably blues and yellows. I would think blues and yellows.
Blues and yellows.
Yeah.
pretty
You
much my
would
whole
be-
basement's blue and yellow.
You would be
It'd be
red.
like blue and gold.
Like he's typically
Blue
he-
and gold.
in a good mood most of the time. He's pretty playful, laughing. I mean, unless his dogs are jumping on people, then it's a little bit different. But
Get off my dogs.
What about Blaine?
I'm not an aura reader, and all I see
oh,
is just
now.
But you were with
Now.
Vince.
I just see black,
Now all of a sudden
See
he's
a
like,
black
I don't
hole.
know.
black hole, just a tall black mass.
Wait, what?
No,
I want to be the tall black man.
What movie are we watching again?
but it's like so. That was the theory: is that like when people would put these on, that you'd be able to see like energy fields or emotional and spiritual states of a person.
It's basically a person's chemtrail.
I mean,
But
yeah,
not
that's-
just like the person, but like
you'd be able to. So
stuff
you
on TV and all that stuff. You'd see like the
so
real.
So the first conspiracy is just around the aura part. So like
Okay.
you would look at someone and you would be able to see their aura, the energy field around them. The second theory is that this was developed for military, like the military intelligence, the CIA. This even is involved in some of the Nazi stuff. So there's not much on any of this. It's just kind of like weird things. Now, the third conspiracy. Are you done?
So,
So sorry.
hold on. So is this kind of like the glasses that came out recently that we were talking about?
I was gonna say, or is it
previous
similar
episode?
to like red night vision?
Yeah.
So the red night vision is a little bit different. So
Okay.
so the red night vision that was developed before night vision, actually before it went green,
Green, yeah.
is that they were seeing demons and objects that weren't there
But
in
these-
reality.
But the glasses in this movie wasn't like that. You're seeing
So the-
stuff that doesn't.
So the glasses in the movie is the guy puts them on, and if you were sitting in front of me and say you were a politician, it would show, because the politicians are all aliens in that movie.
Oh, okay.
So it would show that you would be I'd be able to see you're an alien, but if you're not a politician, you're just a normal person, I'd be able to see you as a normal person.
I am a alien.
Yeah, probably. You're kind of fucked up to be on Earth.
I mean, it makes sense. Politicians, all aliens.
but he'd be reading, the can, and instead it would say something different. And but then he would
what's
take
the koozie say?
that koozie would always say foreskins of truth, because the foreskins of truth are
Check our merch, $4.99 each on our website.
But
Man, this is still cold.
And you can find our website.
It's 'cause that
Just
koozie-
go to Google and type in "I love foreskin."
Dicenian, that's it, Dicenian. Got it. The Dicenian glasses.
I thought this was about the Dyson vacuum cleaner the whole time.
So then the other one kind of does tie into the red glasses. So there's three theories behind it, right? The other one ties into the glasses that you were able to see portals, and you were able to see like demons and things that didn't necessarily exist. And it just kind of it fell too much onto the same lines as the red one. So I was like, this was kind of way
More of like a
little bit before
round thing.
So, but that was the theory that I saw that I really liked was there was a movie that was loosely based about it. So a doctor developed it. It allows it was developed for film or for photos to broaden the color spectrum, and then it kind of went dark, like it just went off the radar. So he developed the glasses. The glasses were two pieces of glass with the Dicenium in between it. And then that's what people were putting on. You'd supposedly see aura, or whatever the other things. And then it went dark. So then the theory was, the government's involved.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. And here's why. Because technology advances. So they developed the chemical in the 30s, right? Mm-hmm. We have developed so much better ways of developing film, processing things. So it just became, to me, from what I've looked at, it just became obsolete.
Do you know how long ago they developed an electric car that worked?
It was in the 1800s, wasn't it?
I have no idea. But it was a long time ago.
Or maybe like early 1904 or something like that.
Yeah.
But they squashed that shit.
They did because of the oil companies.
Yeah, because they want to sell them.
So maybe this was going to affect someone, and they squashed it. And
Well,
that's why we haven't.
I think that in reality, like how many things have we developed, and then 5 years later we developed something 10 times better.
Yeah.
At least 67.
And 10 times safer and could be processed cheaper through the mainstream. And we just got rid of it. There was no point in having it. It's an old technology. It's kind of like get rid of, hey, why do we need to go to the moon again? Just get rid of the technology, right? So it's one of those things that...
Well, it's like they talk about why we feel like time moves faster now is because technology advances so much faster now. Like from the first TV that was created to just color TV was like
decades.
Well,
yeah.
you didn't have something to occupy your attention 24/7.
Well, and then now, like, there's a TV that comes out, something new on a TV.
8K, 12K.
Your eye can't
Right.
even register it, but they make it
Right.
now.
Well, if you think about it, like even if you're at work, if you're not doing anything, you're not staying busy, day takes forever.
Yeah.
But if you're staying busy,
Yeah.
things moving constantly, it flies by, right?
I mean, sometimes you just got stuff coming this way and this
Yeah,
way.
just all over the place.
Yeah. Your day
I
flies.
can get that. Yeah.
So that was my theory that I saw. I really liked it just because it did kind of remind me of the red lens night vision, which
Kinda what it
it
reminds me
really
of.
really piques my interest, and I want to look into it a little bit more. But then if you're looking at it rationally, and you're like, okay, it was made in the 30s by a physician. They did it for this, but from 30 to 40
Yeah.
to 50, how much technology changed with cameras and developing film?
Like, this movie was, 1988?
Yeah.
It's like they show something like that. So, like, where did that even, originate from?
Well, I'm assuming that someone saw
The glasses.
the glasses and was like, oh, well, why? Here's what the theory was.
Yeah.
In the 80s, you got to think, man, that's when conspiracies really started popping off, right?
And how many movies have actually ended up coming true?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and that's the thing, could there be glasses that show? I mean, we saw this weird clip. It was, again, on social media, so take it for what it is. But a guy found a piece of glass that he didn't know what it was or added electricity to it or something or another. And then all of a sudden puts it to the sky and there's an object there that wasn't there, and you take the glass away and it's not there. You put the glass back, it's there. Again,
Like there was a smear on the glass.
no, like there's a UFO.
But was the
again,
UFO just blurry and a brown?
no, it was kind of clear as day. But it's one of those that's on social media. It's probably BS as shit, but it's one of those okay, they made this.
I mean, yeah.
There was a legit reason for it. So they made the chemical was designed to develop and bring a broader span of color. And the governments are all about, oh, well, can we use this for a weapon?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
So then they start testing it and adding this and doing that and see if they can figure this out and that out. But this one was a cool one because there's not a lot of information about it. Obviously, there's a lot of information about the chemical. A lot of people say it's banned now. You can't get it. That's not true. You can get it. It's just obsolete. There's no real rhyme or reason to have it unless you're like trying to develop film from like 1930. So it's not, there's other ways of doing it. So this one was a pretty cool one. The Dicenian glass was an interesting conspiracy that it really didn't pop off until about 2-3 years ago, where then everybody started talking about it once they found out about it.
So it says you can actually buy some of these glasses.
Yeah, you can buy them. So I was watching a podcast, and I forget the name of the podcast. So they actually have they had like 4 sets of them, and they messaged a scientist or they had a friend that was a scientist. And they flat out asked, like, hey, what is this about? And everything that I just explained was what she said. And she's like, no, it's not harmful to your eyes. She's like, I wouldn't put it in your mouth. But, I mean, don't...
Challenge accepted.
don't put the glass part in your mouth. But, other than that, you can wear them all day long and they're not going to affect you. It's just a blue tint or a violet tint between 2 pieces of glass and then the other aspect of it is that the chemical would break down very rapidly, very quickly. So even if you were getting the full effect by the time, like if we have the glasses now, the chemical breaks down relatively quickly.
Shelf life.
I was going to say, the glasses are only $60.
Yeah, I don't think that's them, man.
This isn't them?
No.
It says you can see ghosts, too.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of the same as the red. So I didn't really jump into that too much. There was a theory that you can see the spiritual dimensions.
Dicenian demon goggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Jeremiah. It's probably just broken windshield from a spaceship from aliens. I agree on that take.
Dude.
It's not what I said, Vincent.
Dicenian glasses is what I brought to the table. The conspiracy behind it, that you can see otherworldly things.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
And because we've seen the clip of that movie before.
From what movie?
I Am Robot.
They live in.
they be living.
They be living.
Living color.
They be living now. They be alive.
So what about you, Blaine? What kind of research did you do?
I'm ready.
The one that I was going to bring up is kind of out there, but it brings a lot of different conspiracies together. Like, almost all of them.
Okay.
So, the one that I've seen, haven't done a whole lot of research in it because it covers such a wide scope.
Galactic Federation. I knew it.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
So, mine's about a frozen dragon. Okay?
Ooh.
Frozen dragon from the Ice Age. And
lay it on me.
Reptilians are trying to thaw it out.
Global warming.
Because
that's not a theory.
The dragon...
The truth is out there.
The dragon is what will control the world. And the way it was frozen before during the Ice Age is because humans teamed up with dinosaurs and cryptids to fight it. So the reptilians are burning fossil fuels to create global warming as well to get rid of dinosaur bones.
Wouldn't they just drop some nukes, superheat this shit like a microwave?
Maybe.
Is this why we're trying to bring dinosaurs back?
So this is why they do movies on why dinosaurs are bad, to make us not want to team up with dinosaurs. When really, millions of years ago, we worked with dinosaurs and defeated the dragon. And that's why cave drawings, all that stuff, had dinosaurs as pets, worked with them, defeated this dragon. Cryptids is reptilians are trying to keep those away. They've captured a lot of them, keeping them out, don't allow us to work with them on different things like that. But the pyramids were built with humans teaming up with dinosaurs and cryptids to build the pyramids. But also, the reason we build it and the reason they don't release a lot of the information out there is because we're supposed to team up with them. And if you look at the pyramids, they are aligned with Orion's belt, right? Mm-hmm. Well, there's one where Orion is fighting a bull, and he has his pet dogs with him, according to the constellations, right? Mm-hmm. There's another theory that Orion is fighting a dragon, and he has his dinosaurs with him.
Who's Ryan?
Who's Ryan? He was our 63rd subscriber.
Yeah. So that one's really out there.
That's crazy.
But it ties a lot of different things together, and that's why they make movies about why dinosaurs are bad and all that, so we don't work with them or try to bring them back. They burn fossil fuels to get rid of it so we can't bring them back, and it also creates global warming with the fossil fuels, so it melts it quicker.
I mean, I believe that more than Thomas's theory of the glasses that makes you see MILFs.
I think glasses actually really do let you see milks a lot better.
Yeah. So this one's way out there, but I heard it, thought it was pretty interesting.
So wasn't there a sea dragon in the Bible?
So if you look, every society around the world has some form of a dragon.
Correct. Right.
Every single
everywhere.
one. Mm-hmm. So I also realized that there's a difference between an Eastern dragon and a Western dragon.
Is this going to be a joke?
What's the punchline?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
There isn't. So if you think of Eastern dragon, it's usually dragons without legs. Western dragons have legs. So like Chinese dragons,
Have legs.
They don't.
Or don't have legs,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
but Western
Always
dragons
flying
do.
around.
Yeah.
You like dragons?
You're so stupid.
You like dragons?
What about me dragging these nuts across your face?
So stupid.
Why did you not answer me?
Because we knew exactly what you were going to say.
Oh. I thought I just made it up.
But yeah, there's dragons in all these different societies. There's cave drawings with us with cryptids or dinosaurs and all this stuff. There's documents throughout history with us with giants and
Yeah.
all these other things. And that's what reptilians are running it. It's the Illuminati that's trying to separate us out while also bringing their dragon back.
You, Vince, what'd you put together?
I have a theory that Lady Gaga is actually a guy.
Dude.
Really?
I hope that's not your conspiracy.
That's what he has pulled up right now.
And here's my proof.
Is that a before picture?
No, that's the same picture.
What?
Different angles.
Dude, you cannot do this.
We see Adam's apple.
All right.
Is that
My
like
real theory.
Is that like Michelle
Oh my God.
and her podcast is called Big Mike? Come on, man. Are you for real
MIC, right? MIC, Big
Yeah,
Mike.
Big
MIC.
Mike.
No, I believe the world is actually flat. No, not really. I didn't do that one either. I just, I don't know. Mine is Mattress actually a money laundering business ran by the mafia mob. Not necessarily by the mob, but that it is a money laundering company.
What about Mattress Mac? That dude. You think he's a millionaire just from selling mattresses?
Well, have you seen what he's done? So how
Hold on, time out. Who's Mattress Mag?
Oh,
Guy
yeah,
out
like
in
bets-
Guy from Houston that
Yeah.
will bet like is always
So what he did when he first got his money, what was it? It was if they won a certain event, the people that bought mattresses got them all for free. So he ran a sale during a certain amount of time. If you bought a mattress during that time, and the Astros, I can't remember what it was, but it was like, let's say it's the Astros won.
the World Series.
Yeah. everybody that bought a mattress during that time got it for free. He'd refund it all back to them. Well, what he did was he took all that money that people bought, bet it on the Astros winning. Astros won, so he gave everybody their refund, but he made millions on top of that already.
I heard he also
Really
had
good idea.
I also heard he had an insurance policy out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's like a huge loss, it was covered under insurance.
Yeah.
Just because he's advertising for it.
But he does that like he's done it a couple of different times now, where he takes that money, puts it into it, and makes millions. I mean, it's a genius idea.
Mattress Mac.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's probably also
Okay.
mafia.
So here's kind of some of the ideas behind it. One of them is, do any of you guys know a mattress salesman?
Yeah.
Nope. Okay.
No, I do not.
All right, Blake. Nope.
No.
All right. None of us do.
I know
don't.
the owner who sells the mattresses.
Is his name Mac?
No.
Then you don't know the owner.
No.
All right. Now, how about do you see all these mattress places? Do you ever see people in them? Hardly ever, right?
Rarely.
Rarely. All right, because you own a mattress for what, like 10 years?
Well, it
typically?
used to be what, every 8 years? But
supposed to
now,
be
like, they make them so well, it's like every, like, 20, 15, 20.
I don't.
Well, besides my mom's. Thomas wears that one.
Definitely not your dad. I'm stupid at your guys' level, damn it.
That just threw him all off.
Yeah, it really
He's
did.
done.
Sorry, Vince.
Are you crying?
No,
So-
no, he's back playing catch.
Once again, not all of us put a lot of research into these, though, but there is actually. So, Mattress Firm was bought by a company. Don't remember the exact name. We would have to look it up. You know, I don't have the luxury of having the brain research like typical, but this company bought Mattress. It was valued only at like 2.1 billion, and they bought it for like $6 or $7 billion, and that wasn't meant to be that 6-7. That's just they bought it for way more than it was worth, which created red flags. And they found out this company was laundering money, and they bought like. So they basically got out of the pictures, and that's when mattress firms actually have started closing down. But they all were just staying open.
Like that's like to this day, like there's a lot of them closing down.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Really? Like
mattress
recently?
firms. Yeah, they've been going on a decline ever since. But there's still something to it because like think about a lot of times you see these big furniture stores that'll go out of business.
Yeah.
What usually goes in there? Another furniture store.
Well, the furniture stores, they say they're going out of business. Is they've been going out of business for the last 5 years.
Yeah,
Or they become a spirit.
Yeah. Or what about like car dealerships? You see tons of those. You're like, you're not selling any damn cars.
well, and
Those
so
got to be a money laundering.
there is partial. So like some of the stuff to refute what I'm saying with the mattresses is their margin, their markup on them is like 200-300% in some cases. So your typical you have to sell however many chicken biscuits at Chick-fil-A to hit such a profit. But Mattress Firm, you sell 2 mattresses and you cover your expenses for a week. So that's kind of people trying to fight it.
So, Mattress Firm was acquired by Tempur Sealy.
Like Tempur-Pedic.
So, and they did, this was February of 25, created the world's largest bedding company, and the acquisition faced antitrust challenges from the FTC.
No, this was before that.
Yeah, but it was like recently bought, and there's still issues with the buy of it.
So it's
But
like they bought a company that they didn't know what actually was going on inside the company.
I'm talking about
and now
a
there's-
place that bought him earlier.
That bought him before that, yeah.
Before,
So this was 4 to 5 billion there then.
but yeah, it'd be the one that bought it before it.
That seems like it'd be such an easy one to catch, though, because like it's not like you're buying thousands of beds, right? You've only got so many beds.
Oh, they got a
But,
warehouse.
I mean,
full
that's
of
how.
Like you think an audit would be pretty simple.
Well, that's the thing. A lot there's
How do
custom
you-
sized mattresses. They ship them. Most mattresses are delivered, so you don't actually have a lot on hand. You have them in warehouses. So these are all tactics they can use to
No.
launder money.
Yeah, and that's like, I mean, with laundering money, I mean, it's like furniture and construction, and those are like the easiest ways to do it.
Yeah. I mean, you could. Who's to say? You know, that mattress was $800, $8,000. You know.
Yeah, true. Has there been any like actual ties to a mob? Any mattress companies tied?
Nothing that I see, but I mean,
No proof.
you wouldn't know it.
Yeah, they just kill them off, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good one.
There's a lot of different acquisitions with it.
Yeah, I was looking at, there's tons of mattress companies that are recently going bankrupt. Mattress Land, American Mattress, Mattress Firm. Like, those are some popular names that are all going bankrupt.
Let me see if I can find one.
There is a Reddit about. I am convinced that all Mattress Firm stores are money laundering fronts for the mob.
But yeah, like, I mean, you see these things.
So Vince went to
everywhere.
Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see these things everywhere. And how
assure
often
you-
are you buying it? How have they stayed in business? I mean, $4 to $5 billion worth. They
I mean, you gotta
have.
think everybody's. I mean, for the most part, if you got a bed, you got to buy a mattress somewhere, right?
Yeah, but you keep
When-
it, like you said, for 8
When
to
was
10
the
years, probably.
When was the last time you bought one?
When he bought one for Vince's mom.
Yeah. When that one broke.
I still broke. No, we just used the broken one.
Yeah.
No, we bought a. What is that one that?
The adjustable one.
Yeah,
Sleep Number.
Yeah, Sleep Number, but it was trash.
Really?
It's like sleeping on an air mattress. It was
I've heard
ridiculous.
Well, they're never going to sponsor us.
Yeah, no, fuck them. They can bite it. And that was a $10,000 bed too. That was ridiculous. It was. I mean, yeah, I'd probably keep 10 years. If not, like the one we have is probably older than 10 years.
So the mattress I have, I got in 2020 because I bought a new mattress and a new bed after I caught myself on fire. And the mattress before I was living college style, mattress was on the floor, and as you know, when I caught myself on fire, I had a lot of like skin that I couldn't really bend. So we
Bend?
damn near had to get a crane in my room to get me up the first time I tried to get up with those burns. So I gave my older brother my debit card, and I was like, go up to the mattress firm or whatever that was up the road. And I was like, get the most expensive mattress they have. I don't care what it is. And then get whatever one can lift a car up off the ground. And by
So
sitting up.
you contributed to their money laundering, is what you're saying.
That's not the point I'm getting at. But to this day, because when I had those burns, right, like they were dressed and there was a lot on them, but it seeped through and leaked through everything. So there are some gnarly stains on my mattress of just whatever leaks out of you when your body's trying to heal burns.
Huh.
I need a new mattress, and I'm not going to make it to 2030.
So
I have so many questions about.
I don't know, but I feel like that's a great segue to mine.
well,
Subway? Yours is on Subway.
this one. So they had over 3,500 stores, 80 distribution centers in 48 states, and then in 2019, they were recording that they were worth roughly 6.5 billion euros. Don't know what that means.
I can look that up while you're looking.
6.5 billion euros, but that's when they started getting audited, and they found out that they had a bunch of false or misleading financial statements. They were boosting their profits. They had accounting fraud, inflated profits, false asset values, and they were also inflating their lease agreements to make it look like they were paying more.
So that's $6.7
That seems like a easy way to get caught.
$7.6 billion.
Yeah.
So the company I found that got in trouble or pretty much shut out because of the acquisition from this was Steinhoff
Yeah.
International.
So Steinhoff was the company that owned it at that point. So Steinhoff.
So they were already laundering.
What I see, they bought Mattress Firm for $3.8 billion in 2016,
Yep.
and then by 2019, they were saying they were at what was that?
$7.6 billion.
So they went from 3.8 to 7.6 within 3 years. Is what he was trying to record.
I mean, wouldn't that be a flag right away?
Eventually, he had to write off $1.9 billion
For what? Did it say?
because it was all inflated.
Oh,
None of it was
gotcha.
accurate.
Okay, that makes sense.
So they eventually filed for bankruptcy. They closed 200 locations,
And nobody goes to jail.
and then they got a new CEO.
If you got money, you get out of it, right?
Sounds like that one. What was the company, the big one? It's been years ago now that a bunch of people got in trouble.
The U.S. government?
No,
No, that's not it. Okay, my bad.
it like
They seem to get out of trouble all the
I think
time.
the movie Fun with Dick and Jane is loosely based off of it.
That's a
Dick
good movie.
Jay.
That's a good movie. I'm looking at you.
I've never seen the movie.
Fun with Dick and Jane.
Is that
that's great.
It's got, who's
Jim
the guy?
Carrey.
Jim. Okay, so I thought it had Jim Carrey in it. All right. All right. Well, Vince, thanks for the mattress
That was good.
firm conspiracy.
It's good.
Well, I wanted to cover mattresses because the new segment we're gonna have.
That is going to be a fun one.
That will be Jeremiah. Last up of the foreskins.
Yeah, well, I did my research kind of on the history of the foreskins of truth, on the actual foreskin.
Oh,
Wanted to
Like
kind of
the
the actual foreskin, spelled differently. You can look it up. But
Like the human appendage
yes,
part.
yes.
that was the company.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
Enron.
Oh yeah,
Remember
I
all
remember that.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, sorry about that.
No, it's okay, Thomas. I mean Vince. So yeah, I did a little deep dive into the foreskin theory that it has multiple uses, and come across some interesting information, and actually some celebrities even backed it up. So there's the foreskin is actually used for high-end skin creams. So the foreskin contains a
How?
fibroblast grown. It's grown on the foreskin and it's harvested from it, and the lotion is actually called a Skin Medica. It's promoted by Oprah. She's not the only one that uses it.
Oh man.
Wait.
Kate Beckinsale uses it. Sandra Bullock uses it.
Okay, Kate Beckinsale,
Kate
my girl.
Beckinsale,
So
yeah.
Are you fucking with me?
I swear to God,
board,
dude.
bro.
They call, you look up the Sandra Bullock does an interview with
I did see that.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yep.
And she talks about it, and she called it a penis facial, is what she called it. So she stands by it, says it does wonders for her skin.
So I have
I know.
so many questions.
I know. So this Georgia Louise Skincare, that's who makes it.
So
but
they
it's like-
are buying.
This is not right.
Yeah.
They are buying foreskin to make this cream.
Yes. So let me kind of tell you how they do it. So this Georgia Louise uses this. It's called EGF. It's epidural growth factor serum. That it is derived from a Korean baby foreskin. They get it from Korean baby.
Shut up. Like this.
Okay, I swear to God, it helps generate collagen and elastin cells taken from foreskin, and from that they are cloned from a laboratory. Go back, watch our clone episode.
Okay. Go back and like
Right.
and subscribe to cloning.
So, I I dug a little deeper because it was more
turned
than
the
just
glasses
it was
on.
more than just lotion. Okay, this
And I
is gonna
thought I
keep
knew
going.
Foreskin.
So there's also autographs, not what you're thinking, like a signature.
Like-
It's autographed is a patient's own skin, where they help for your. They take your skin if you have a burn or whatever. They'll take your own skin from somewhere else on your body and put it on. There's allografts, which is a donor human skin, so skin from somebody else, and then there's xenografts, which is from an animal.
A pig. That's what I had.
Or such as pig skin.
I had xenograph.
Really?
Yeah.
Xenograft?
This actually gets more interesting then.
I don't know, but it tasted just like pork rinds.
Okay.
Dude, what are you doing?
So I started looking
So
into.
how do you get this stuff? Like, are they buying it on the black market?
No, you look it up. It's like $600 some per tube.
He's really
Like
I bought some.
I bet, like, because
try it out.
What do they do with that when you get circumcised?
I don't know.
It probably goes in a biohazard bag and gets disposed of, or
So
it's probably sold.
I've heard the doctors that do it don't get paid well, but they at least get to keep the tips.
Ooh, nice.
Blaine, I told you not to do it.
Well, there was
I told you not.
listen.
to do it.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Did it?
Okay.
You did it, you son of a gun. You got-
And Vince is gonna black out.
I told you. Oh, man.
So there was one. So there's
they, like, put these in
multiple
their
uses for this
pockets?
stuff, man. Multiple uses. So there was one. A baby was born without eyelids. The doctor used foreskin from a cadaver to create new eyelids. The surgery was a success, although I'm told the baby was a bit cockeyed. That is not true.
What is happening? You cannot tell me there's alternate timelines. It's not true.
This is true. One common cause of foreskin injury is getting it caught in the zipper of the jeans or the trousers. It just made me think of something about Mary.
Yeah.
And you think about it, it was Ben Stiller. He's Jewish. He got it zipped up in his... Have you seen that?
What?
Have you seen something about Mary?
Meet the Fockers?
No. But he's in the bathroom and he zips up his penis and like everybody
dude.
sees it. Like the firemen, the neighbors, like everybody comes in and sees
I thought
it.
he zipped his ball out of the.
I think
zipper.
they were like, how'd you get your balls above
Yeah.
the weenie and all that? Yeah. But
that would
that's the
hurt
first thing that came to my mind when I saw that was a common injury. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
It is. Google it.
The cockeyed is it though?
Yeah, that one's a fake
That
story.
was a zinger.
Yeah.
Got him.
It dates back to, I mean, not that far long ago, that foreskins were actually a new, what do you call it? Like a new technology for burn victims. And actually, Indiana has explored with new biological options for burn victims and extensive surgeries. It started in Indianapolis, believe it or not, back in 2020. They were telling people that it was actually pigskin, but really it was foreskin. But they didn't want to cause an uproar. It's called N17. N17 used thin biological grafts derived from cultured neonatal tissue that looked and behaved like conventional xenografts. Doctors told families it was pigskin to avoid questions, but in reality, it was foreskin.
That's not true.
You want to look it up? Dozens of patients between mid-2020 and late 2021 received these grafts. Anonymous source. Foreskins had lower rejection rates and improved early wound stability compared to pigskin.
They said I healed really fast. And I got burnt in August 1st, 2020. You're fucking with me right now. I can't do this. N17. I'll pull up my
Skin grafts were increasingly difficult to source in the volumes Midland required. The hospital treated hundreds of burn victims annually, many arriving with injuries covering more than 40% of their body.
I mean,
It handled more like human skin, one resident recalled. It adhered better, less sloughing, less odor,
Yeah.
From a clinical standpoint, it was impressive.
Well, they said because during COVID lockdowns, experimental grafting program due to scarce materials, including pigskin.
Oh, I'm going over my notes right now to see what type of xenograph I
Skin.
Yeah, skin is skin.
Healed. That's what mattered
Skin
to
is
me.
skin. Yeah, so
What?
you might want to contact your doctor, Vincent, because
what in the
your
world?
body's probably covered in foreskin. You are a true foreskin.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they used this in lieu of because of supply chain issues.
Yes, during COVID 2020.
Protocol N17 used thin biological grafts derived from cultured neonatal tissue.
Yeah.
I know
What's
you can eat
neonatal?
the placenta after birth.
What the fuck does that have to do with
Speaking of
anything?
that, so another interesting fact. This is another
That's
fact.
what it has to do with.
Some cases, grandparents in I don't know how to say this, but grandparents in Antamagbahoka communities during a Samantra ceremony, the grandparents eat the foreskin of their newly circumcised grandchild.
Oh, that's so gross. What's what is that? An Alabama?
Vince, you okay over there?
No, I'm looking this up.
What's an Alabama circumcision? It's when you kick your sister in the jaw. Didn't they go down this weekend though?
Change after. Who's yours? That's great. So that was kind of my deep dive into the foreskin. I mean, there was a lot of interesting.
First off, this is mind blowing.
It is mind blowing, and it's also fake.
So it says white.
You were in on it? You asshole?
That's what happens when you don't go to work.
He's over there looking up the research.
This dude thought he was made of foreskin.
It was a good one.
Best episode ever.
Look at him. Let's see that foreskin.
Whip it out, Vince. Whip it out. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
Talk about aliens again, motherfucker.
He was pulling up charts and
Oh my
everything.
god. Oh, that's great.
And I just happened to be talking about my burn.
I know.
It timed in. I was like,
I know. I'm like chomping at the bit. I'm like, oh my god, this is perfect.
Oh
No,
man.
but so that was obviously false. But the lotion is
Just sat
real.
on my
The
nuts.
lotion is real. The grandparents eating the circumcised grandchild's foreskin is real. And
so gross.
that is a very weird thing.
and also the foreskin injury is real. Getting caught in zippers.
I don't believe a thing you say.
And there was something else, but yeah, that part was not real. The penis facial by Sandra Bullock was real.
Yes.
Fake, stories pulled up from ChatGPT.
We had Chat GPT create a story for us. It was.
I don't know why, but I'm out of breath from that.
You were probably panicking, weren't you?
That rocked my
Heart
world.
racing.
Dude,
He was going through his phones and looking at the pictures.
did
I
you
was going
did
through
you
all my
start
test
sweating?
results. I was like, please don't say N17.
Oh my god!
Vince?
Please don't
the funny
say
part
N17.
is that I have that document from that we found out someone scanned you
Oh, yeah.
and you had sent it to me, and I was gonna blur all of that out
Oh,
and then just have certain things that showed. And we were gonna give that use
Oh,
on
I
this
forgot you were
evidence.
gonna do that. Damn it!
Oh my goodness.
Well, that was probably the funniest episode ever. You can't get better than that.
Look at him. He is.
had to reactivate
He's a
my, my
Definitely. Vince had a look of panic on his face
I just
the
requested
minute.
my medical record.
Oh my god!
Oh, that was
The
good.
look on his face.
No, I
that
knew
was
the whole
amazing.
time. You did not get me.
All right, so that concludes Another episode down. We brought our own theories and
Hope you enjoyed.
Fuck me to tears.
Foreskins out.
Foreskins out.
Foreskins.